Today I would like to speak on the topic of the stipulations for the kingdom. Although Gentiles or other nations will be required to perform the righteous act in the kingdom, just like Hebrew Israelites, there are certain stipulations that are in place, period. For in the book of Acts, the question that was asked in the book of Acts, would the kingdom be restored to Israel? So we know that the kingdom will belong to Israelites. Now, the first stipulation I would like to talk about is that the fact that the stipulations do exist. Because when we go to Isaiah, the 60th chapter, starting at the 12th verse, it states that for the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So, O ye simple ones, how long will you love simplicity? The Most High is telling you that even after the return of the Messiah, that there are, and even before that, there are going to be certain nations that are still going to be stiff-necked, if you will, and not serving the kingdom of the Israelites. If that was so, this scripture would not be so. And also it states in the book of Ezekiel, once we are protected in the wilderness and the Most High dwelling there in our land, that they're going to think a thought and to come up against the children of Israel. So the most important stipulation of it all is that they must recognize the children of Israel. According to the book of Jeremiah, the Gentiles shall come from afar and say, surely we have inherited lies. So you have a portion of them that are recognizing the children of Israel. Yet in the book of Jeremiah, it says none say restore. And I'm not posting any scriptures up because all of you know these scriptures. I'm sick of people making excuses. It gives you an example of these nations in the book of Psalms 83. So I'm not making any more excuses for the Gentiles there or stipulations according to this kingdom. One more thing I forgot to mention, in the book of Revelation, it states that there are 12 gates for the children of Israel, not for the nations. So that is a stipulation. And let's not forget the times of old. When we had other nations amongst us, they caused Israel to sin. Although we have wicked men and women in Israel, the other nations always played a role. And nevertheless, in the book of Revelations, after Satan is bound for 1,000 years, he's going to deceive the nations once more. Why? Because these other nations are not going to abide by the stipulations of the house of Israel. That's why the Messiah says, who will be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. Now, those who choose to serve the Most High in righteousness and spirit and truth, with the stipulations, the same stipulations that the Israelites have to abide by, then so be it. But he tells us, even in the book of Obadiah, it's going to be a remnant of a particular nation, such as the Edomites. They're going to be saved. And even as far as the Hebrews, they're only going to be a remnant that's going to be saved. As I stated, to Hebrew first and then the Gentiles. Wake up. These people are not for you. They are against you. The Most High said you will serve your enemies, not your friends. And when these things that are getting ready to happen, you will see who's a friend or foe. Now, with that being said, to the Hebrew first, to the Gentiles, we know that a lot are going to perish. And there are so many other books that I can quote from that it's pointless in doing so because I don't want to waste any more time on this video. Seek ye out the book and read.